Right, hi guys, we're back again for another video. Last video we looked at styling and taming the beard. So I'm actually at the end of the day today. I've been out with the kids at a party and the beard's kind of holding up alright, as is the moustache. Just using those techniques in the video, so if you want to check the previous one if you haven't seen that before. But as you can see there, still looking pretty good. Some of you may notice got a couple of white hairs creeping in, but never mind. But yeah, moustache is looking good. There's no wax in this today, just my own product, but we'll get to that in a moment. Yeah, so pretty pleased that the technique works and has been working for me for quite a while. A number of guys have tried it out and they've also had similar results, so I urge you to give it a bash anyway and see how that goes. And what I want to look at today is product application. Now I'm going to start off by addressing a couple of things. Now, just put that down there, sorry. Where do we start really? It's, for me, very important that you're picking the right kind of products for your beard. And for a lot of guys, there's going to be a considerable amount of trial and error until you find the perfect product for you. So I'm not saying that the ones I'm going to show you now are the best out there. In my opinion, one of them is, but then that's because I've made it, and that's a bit biased, but hey ho. Right, so let's get into how I've seen people doing it online. The only way I can describe it really is like an advert for Old Spice off of the 1980s. You know, with the old glug, 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 few drops in the hand, quick rub through, normally take a little while rubbing it into their hands. And then we get a nice little stroke through the beard like this, bit on the tash, done. Well, actually it's not done. I don't think that's the right way to do it. The reason being is, for me particularly, got quite big hands, okay? So your hand on average is 5% of your surface area, your body's surface area. Actually, how they will assess burns, when you hear them say, oh, I've got 30% burns, is by hands. That's a quick judge of how they do it. So a little lesson there for you. So we don't really want to be exposing the products to these large areas. So we're now at 10%. Okay, so 10% of our body has come into contact before we've even put the stuff on our beard, which is obviously, or our moustache, it's obviously where we want the stuff to go. So my advice there is to rethink that. And I'm going to show you how I do it, how I prefer to do it, and what makes sense to me. Again, I'm not saying it's the right way, but maybe give it a go. Hopefully that little analogy there, that little idea will give you some information and some kind of understanding. Fingertips, really. We're only looking at the finger pads here and up to apply the oil, because that's where you've got most dexterity and you can be more definite with where you're putting the product. Whereas with your palms, it's a bit sort of slapdash, and you may not get even distribution. So I'll go through my technique in a second, but first thing I will say to you is, for me, the beard has to be dry. Now I know there's a lot of school of thought out there about applying products to a slightly damp beard, but as we've seen in the video previous, I like to dry my beard and set it in style first. So for me, I've always applied to dry hair, and there's another reason for that really, is that, you know, all of these products that we use are oil or wax or, you know, the butters. Those things don't mix with water. So if your beard or your face is slightly damp and you're trying to put some product on that you want to penetrate the hair or get into your skin, can that really happen if it's covered in a layer of water? Because the two things do not mix. And what I find, if I do occasionally try, thinking, oh, I'll give it a go because that's what everyone else does, I just get this kind of greasy slick in my hands and I feel I need to wash my hands a lot afterwards. So I've got too much product on my hands and not enough on my mush. So, dry beard, styled beard, okay? And then, first thing, once we've got that set, clean your hands, okay? If you're going to be putting your fingers around your face, if you're a particularly dirty person or you've got a dirty job or sweaty, something like that, you don't really want to be putting that all around your beard. You know, we want to keep this nice and clean and healthy. So give your hands a good wash first, not necessarily with soap because you don't want too much of that on your hands, because obviously the oil is not going to adhere to you. It's going to kind of work it off. It's going to break the oil down. So just do I run under water is really fine. So we've got clean hands, and then we're just going to look at the application. So depending on the size of your beard, your techniques will be slightly different, but also obviously the amount of products you require. Now that is trial and error. I always recommend you start with way less than you think you're going to need, and then you can always put a bit more on. Because with some products, if they're not particularly suited to you and they don't absorb particularly well, you just get this face full of oil and all sorts. It's uncomfortable. It can actually irritate your skin, and doesn't look nice basically. So you've just got this kind of greasy mess on your face. So yeah, clean hands and regulate the amount you use, and again it's trial and error really. So I'm going to have a look at a balm first, and then I'm going to show you how I do the oils, but it's fingertips really. So I'm going to use gratuitous plug moment, my own product here. Let's just bring that in. There we go. This is the Fine Fettle, the Bar Humbug, excellent of course beard conditioner. It's made of the purest natural ingredients. You will not find anything else like this, but I'm not going to go too much in depth because it's not about me plugging my product, even though it's fantastic. It's about you learning how to use products. So we'll just unscrew the high quality tin and expose the miraculous beard wonder that is the Fine Fettle beard conditioner. You see it looks a little bit like a wax in there. Now for me, I need, for my beard and moustache, like a thumb, oh, can you get that? Enough to cover my thumb. Yeah, we got that. Oh, I tell you what, that really does smell amazing. Right, so we've got that on our hands, on my thumb. So we're now going to transfer it into fingertips, and really just try and keep it to the top of your fingers. Okay, we're not going to travel too far down, and just backwards and forwards like this. The amazing nature of this wonderful balanced product, expertly crafted by an absolute wizard standing in front of you, is that it melts very quickly into an almost like butter consistency. So I've now got that spread across my finger pads. Now you've got to work in different areas of the beard. We don't want it all up here, and likewise we don't want it all at the front. So what I tend to do is just a little kind of dab around without going too far in. Okay, so I've kind of laid down a bit of foundation, if you like, got a bit of the product around. My hands have still got plenty of product on, as you can see, nice and clear. So then I just start to work this in a little bit more, and then I kind of, you just get a feel for when you need to go into your beard a bit. So we're just going to go into the beard, and now I'm actually gently working this into my skin. So this product is designed not only to hydrate and protect your hair, but it's fantastic for very dry skin, and will work wonders if you suffer from any sort of flaky skin. So you can see very gently, I've got this right the way through my entire beard. What you can do is go opposite hands on opposite sides, because where the product sits, if you're going at one angle all the time, you're going to get like a dry spot, if you know what I mean. So if you kind of move the angle around, it distributes the product a bit more off your fingers. Sorry, a bit of shedding there. Right, and then we're going to the moustache, just whack a bit in there. Start in the centre. So yeah, I'm using this product here, which just offers a really nice natural hold without too much drama. No pulling on the hairs or anything like that. Right, so now I'm quite confident that the beard's nicely coated. Okay, so just take your time with it. I see guys on these videos whacking the product in, slapping it about their face, and it's like, bosh, job's done. Well, nothing in bearding should be a hurry. You know, the whole thing is it takes a very long time. So take some time, take some care, and look after it. Okay, right, so we've done that. A little bit of product left on my hands. Now, this is a little tip, more so for beard oils. I don't know if many other balms you'd be able to do this with, but because this is beeswax free and it's not full of any sort of thick butters or anything, I tend to, because it's fantastic for dry skin, I tend to just put a little bit around my face, just because it feels really good. But also you can run it through your hair. This works very nicely as sort of a light pomade as well. So there we go. So now I'm all fine fettled up. So the product's in, and then we're going to use the brushes I showed you last time. So I've got my, what's it called? Wet brush, that's the one. So just going to very slowly, again slowly, you know, take your time with this. Don't go crazy with the brush. I saw a guy the other day, no offence to you big man, but it made me wince. You know who you are. Right, so we're kind of brushed all through now. I've worked it down through the bottom. What I've found helps me lately is if I tuck my chin down and use my chest as something to pull the hair into, so I can actually begin to shape the beard a little bit. So I can go for, you know, a bit of a wide one, or if I wanted to tuck the sides under and then pull the front down, you get a bit more of a sort of bushy look. So once I've done that with that brush, then go to my boar's hair brush that we used last time. I keep wanting to say last week, but it was a little while ago. And this is really just to kind of tame things down and flatten things in. So right, there we go. One wonderfully healthy and tame, shiny, beautiful smelling beard and moustache. And I'll be confident going out all day like this, not worrying about it falling apart, frizzing out. It just adds a really nice natural hold to it without feeling very heavy at all. Even allow, if you fancy, if you want to show off, you want to fluff it up a bit. Okay, maybe not with such a big hole there. But yeah, it would stay like this all day if I really wanted it to, but I think I might get too many funny looks. So there we go. So that's the beard balm, the beard conditioner that I've got. I think what I'll probably do is in a couple of weeks' time I might go into a bit more detail about the actual product itself and give you a rundown of the 3 different scents. But for now we'll tackle the beard oil. So this product, I actually came up with the idea of it a long time ago and realised the properties of the main ingredient lanolin actually is fantastic for helping with the beard oil. It actually improves the quality of impact that your beard oil will have. So I've just got a selection of beard oils here from some really good beard companies. But I've just selected 3 different types of bottle. It's not so much about the beard oil that I want to show you, it's the bottles and how they pour, and then how you need to kind of adjust your technique really. So I've picked one from the Dandelions Apothecary, fantastic range of products, you really should check those guys out. This is an open top bottle. I've got the Fit for Vikings, name I can't pronounce, let's have a go, Bardabunga. Really nice range of products. Again, you should check these guys' products out, really nice oils. This one has a glass pipette in it. And the last one is Broad Beard Oils, they're from Scotland. So sorry, yeah, the Fit for Vikings is from Norway, England for your dandelions, and then Scotland, Broad Beard Oils. This one has the dropper in it, the regulator. This one I think a lot of people struggle with it, find it a bit of a pain, but actually there's a couple of little tricks, just got to be a bit patient. Just noticing that the light's changing a little bit, I do apologise for that. I'm just going to pop a lamp on, which might make me glow a little too much, as if somebody's just plugged the sun in, but I'll just put this on with hope it won't fall over. Hold on. Bing. Right, so similar thing to before. Hands need to be clean, but obviously if you've already applied something previous and you're just topping up, oh god, I look a bit frightening there. Ooh. Anyway, sorry, I'm tired. Take the lid off. First of all, no, you need to give it a shake first. If the product's been well made, the blend will be quite stable if they've used the right kinds of oils. But however, if the product's been sat around for a very long time, you may get some separation. So I always do it. It's just been a habit of mine. I don't know when it started, but Yeah, just give the bottle a little shake and that'll just kind of mix everything up. So this kind of open top bottle, I'm going to not putting far too much beard oil on because I'm going to put all 3 of these on so you see what happens. So I'm going to smell quite interesting. So this is the English Rose Garden. So the open top bottle, what we're going to do is, again, we're talking fingertips, okay? We're going to put one finger over the top of the bottle, invert it, and then slowly release the pressure, oops, off the bottle, and you'll begin to get some glugs happening, and that's when the oil's coming out. So then you just kind of run the bottle up and down your finger on those finger pads that you mentioned before, almost as if you're using the finger over the edge as like a little conduit to get the oil onto your hand. Right, so we've done that. So I've now got it on this hand. I'm going to dab my thumb on, okay, and then a bit over. So it's not so much about how many drops you're going to need, because it depends on the consistency of the oil, the quality of the oil, and how big your beard is. So for me, I use all of my finger pads. If you have a smaller beard, when you pour the oil on, maybe only go to like the first crease in your fingers rather than the whole finger, if you get my meaning. Right, so that's on. So yeah, we're just gonna, again, same kind of thing, just stroke it in, but with an oil, you want that down on your skin. That's where the magic's going to happen, because if your oil has been made properly with the right ingredients, it's going to be loaded full of nutrients and antioxidants that are fantastic for your skin. Your hair, remember, is dead. Okay, so sticking some fantastic vitamin E on top of it might make it a bit shiny, but it's not going to help the hair anymore. It's you want it to start improving the quality of the hair that's growing out. And obviously over time the whole of your beard becomes more healthy. So we get it into your skin. So little manoeuvres, again, gentle guys, just kind of stroke it through, and then when you're happy, yeah, we're good. Okay, as you can see, beard's nicely coated. Wipe that in the air. Just going to put the lid on because I'm likely to knock the thing over, because I'm close. Brush. There we go. So standard. So we'll do this each time. Brush it through. I won't bother. You get it. We'll go on to the what's this? The Brawl beard oil with the regulator fitted. It's the kind of thing that you get on like an aromatherapy oil. It's really easy. You just need, if there's too much oil in the bottle, sometimes that's why they won't work, because it creates an airlock and the oil can't come out. But if you just literally just turn it upside down, it will just drip out. Yeah, but that's a bit hit and miss. So again, I tend to do this kind of stroking thing. Just stroke it. Oh, sorry, I'm doing it, showing myself, I'm not showing you. Just stroke it along your fingers, much the same as before, as we've just done with the other one. Transfer it to the other hand. So the idea is the less contact it's got with your body, your skin, on your hands, the better, because that means you're going to get more on your fizzog, which is what we want. Whack it in. Okay. God, my beard's going to be super hydrated. Yeah, and then we'd obviously comb it and brush it through, but I can't be bothered. And the last one. Cool, my head hair is going to be special too. Is the Fit for Vikings, the Bardabunga. Again, shake the bottle. Another tip with these, with the pipettes, is in transit you could have the oil staying inside the pipette for a long time. So what I tend to do before you start, a couple of squeezes, so you empty and refill the pipette a few times. And that way it just means that you're getting an even mix of everything. Because certain oils and certain essentials have got different densities, you see, so they could separate. It's unlikely, but it's just maybe me being a bit weird, I don't know. Right, so, I'm getting tired now. Right, okay, so I've got some oil in the pipette. Same thing, we're just going to lightly press the, actually you don't even really need to squeeze the pipette, you're just going to stroke it along the fingers. Okay, bit on the thumb. So it's the same technique to get the oil evenly distributed between your hands, and then in we go. So yeah, there's the different techniques of the different bottle types or dropper types or whatever you call them. My beard smells absolutely amazing right now. So there we go, so we'll work that through. So my chums, that is basically how I apply my beard products. Another thing you can do, if you've got any dry skin areas, apply it there. So, you know, dry elbows, or if you're, you know, washing the floor a lot, you might have some on your knees. Or like myself, if you're down on the floor playing with the children all the time, you've got sort of dry patches on your knees, which is a wonderful insight to my lower extremities. That's pretty much it, I think. I think I've covered everything I needed to cover. I've been a bit waffly, but I've had a day in the sun, so I do apologise. However, because I was wearing fine Vettel, it actually protects my beard against the sun because it's got natural UVF protection. Just saying, you know, it's good. It's good stuff. So you might want to check it out, finefettelgrooming.com. Up to you. So I'm going to stop talking now because I think I'm beginning to embarrass myself. I need a cup of tea. So drop your comments down below for me. If there's any other videos that you'd like me to look at doing, then yeah, just drop me a message in the YouTube thing, comment box. I'm tired, man. Or on Facebook. I'm no longer Hirsute for Happiness on Facebook because the Facebook name police got me, so you've got to check out Stuart Morse. But if you go to hirsuteforhappiness.com, the website, that'll actually link you through to the correct profile anyway. Also on Instagram and Twitter, so yeah, check us out on there. I'd like to know how you find this information, if you think it helps you, if it makes any sense. If any of you have tried the hairdryer techniques to style your beard, please let me know, because I'd be interested to hear that, because it's nice to know that other guys are getting benefit from it. So I'll just finish off by tidying the old beard up. There we go, and I think what I need to do is invest in some studio lighting, or maybe a studio, no maybe not. I'm going to stop now. Right, so there you go my friends. So remember, as we say at hirsuteforhappiness.com, a hairy face is a happy face, so go out there and have fun with your face.